Hello, everyone, and welcome to the KeenGamer podcast. I'm your host, Marco Callahan, and we have a jam-packed episode for you guys today. Joining us back, Jessica Orr. Jessica, how you doing?
I'm doing okay, Mark. How are you doing?
I'm doing swell. I feel like I'm in a new place. I don't know why, but... and joining us for this ride, Daniel. Daniel, how you doing?
I'm okay, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Other than being in this new place, are you doing okay? How are you settling into the new place?
In this new void. It's a little weird. It's a little roomy, but
It's spacious, right? It's spacious, yeah.
We have a jam-packed episode because we are talking all things Comic-Con. Our brains are override with so much news and announcements and teasers and all sorts of stuff. Usually we would go to the news of all things gaming, but for this podcast, there is so much to talk about with San Diego Comic-Con. We're just going to jump straight into the main topic. Guys, geeks, nerds, theys, thems, I don't know. Whoever in the world. Comic-Con's back. Officially. Like, it's good again.
I'm not going to do a whoop because there was far too much whooping at Comic-Con for my liking. Like, see if I was there and I was trying to watch the trailers and just hear, like, shut up. Grow up. Do you know what I mean?
Grow up. Oh, God. It's like an angry old dad in the audience. Grow up, guys.
Grow up if you're gosh darn Stray Games. Really try to restrain myself with that gosh darn.
I felt it.
The thing is, I would love to be in Hall H. A couple of cons. One, the constant wooing. Two, I feel like I'm going to be in front of that guy who will constantly like stand up, and I'm short already. So I'm like, what happened? What did Feige say? And then three, I would probably either get COVID or monkeypox.
That's your number 3?
What was my number 1 again?
The wing. It's
I'm
not
with you,
bad.
mate. I'm totally with you. 100%. I'm with you.
The woo? Oh, yeah. I mean, I got sensitive ears.
There's no vaccinations for whooping, unfortunately. So,
I mean, extreme one. It's called deafness, and that's not fun.
but Echo got announced.
Great transition, Dan.
Whoa! But oh my gosh, there's just so much to discuss. I think let's just go straight to it. Marvel's Comic-Con, Hall H, Saturday. We'll talk about the animation one in a little bit, or with how much got revealed in a little while. So let me just read off what got announced. So I don't want to say the main thing because there's a lot of stuff. We knew it was going to be shocking and good when Kevin Feige's like, okay, after Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, that's going to drop this November, we are done with Phase 4. And it's like, what? We're done already? Like, remember in the good old days when it was stretched out like 6 years?
But
I was like,
see, when you look at how much content there is,
I know.
Disney Plus,
At Disney Plus, they add some bulk to it.
Plus all the delay.
Honestly, I sort of felt like when I read that was the first announcement, I sort of felt like that was Feige coming and kind of putting a stop at Phase 4. I don't think it's been received as well as any of the other phases. Marvel seems quite aimless at the minute, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion. And I think that was him being like, right, see this kind of period where Thanos is done and we don't know what we're doing, that's past, and then we're moving on to something where we have another goal to reach towards. That was kind of how I felt. It was like he was kind of nipping it in the bud. He was like, right, any complaints, after Black Panther, after this year, we're kind of moving forward. That's kind of how it read to me, but maybe it's just me.
I mean, similar... but I feel like Kevin Feige is like, shut up, nerds. We're moving on, okay?
It's over.
Stop complaining about the bad CGI.
He's like, oh, I can't believe you gave Eternals a rotten score.
I gave Love and Thunder a 4, so I'm part of the problem, I guess.
Out of 5, right?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
Mark, you're so positive. Out of 5, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're doing, right? But no. So starting in February of next year, so this is Phase 5, and anything could change if you're listening to this in the archives. We have Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumanium, great name. Spring of 2023, Secret Invasion on Disney Plus. In May, we got Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Summer, we got Echo on Disney Plus. Also, we got Loki season 2. In July, we got the Marvels, the Captain Marvel sequel. In November, we got Blade. And then rounding out 2023, we got Ironheart on Disney Plus. Oh, okay, technically, is Agatha Jess?
It's true. It's
Why would
exactly
you
the
do
way they
it?
wrote it. It's exactly the way they
That
wrote
is
it.
what it says. Yeah, it's winter
So
23.
Flash
So
24.
we decided not to use like another site. We just did it ourselves, or at least Jess did. And you did Agatha Harkness, Coven of Chaos, winter 2023/24.
It's exactly how it was in the graphic, okay?
It was, yeah, it was.
I know,
I
but
can vouch.
Pick it up with Feige.
K-Fag.
When is winter?
When is winter?
And I have a hat. It's one
Got
of the
plenty of
things.
them.
It's like
It's always
would be
winter
like-
under his hat. That's that.
Rap tagline. It's always winter. on my hat.
moving on. We got Daredevil going board again on Disney Plus.
Hell yeah.
And according to Jess, spring 20,234. But
I wouldn't be surprised
2024. Yeah, it got delayed.
If Marvel started announcing stuff for that far in advance, it wouldn't shock me. I'd be like, right, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I'll
fine.
be pissed. It's like everything gets announced in 2 years, and it's like, you want your Daredevil show 20,000 years in the
You'll be
future?
dead.
Charlie Cox, we already cloned him.
We already got them.
Captain America New World Order.
Great
It's
title.
coming in May 2024. And that concludes Phase 5, I
Mhm.
think.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure, like, because it seems a little weird. We got Phase 6, and maybe so. Captain America: New World Order with Sam as Captain America, and yes, he is Captain America, Hollywood Reporter. But remember Atchwait?
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. You in the
Bad
archives
when
are like,
Chris
"What?"
Evans has to step in, isn't it?
Yeah, when
I
Chris Evans like, ugh.
Yeah.
I have to support. What's the movie that came out? The Gray Man.
The
Is he
Great
in
Man.
that?
Yeah.
All I know about that is Ryan Gosling is promoting the hell out of Barbie on his press tour, which I love it.
Respect.
I love that Barbie is coming out the same day as Oppenheimer.
Oh
I
god,
think that's
yeah.
incredible.
That's like big Animal
Barbie and
Crossing
Oppenheimer
2
double feature.
vibes, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Mate, I'm going to see
Yes.
them back to back. It's going to be
Oh.
such a good day.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna see Barbie first.
Yeah, I actually need to watch Barbie first because because Chris Nolan hates CGI, he's actually going to let off a nuclear bomb in Oppenheimer, so we're all going to die. So Barbie, Oppenheimer, death. That's the
You
order.
need to see Barbie before you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how Warner Brothers is like, all right, that's it. We're putting our foot down. You cannot detonate a nuclear bomb. And Universal's like, I mean, what's
It's Chris
one
Nolan,
bomb
like,
gonna do?
Yeah. Because that was his logic into net when he blew up that 747, that it was cheaper than it was to do it with CGI. So if he's like, well, atomic bombs, they're on sale at the minute anyway, so it's cheaper.
They're getting rid of them, right?
But
Buy
he's
one,
in
get one
court.
free,
He'll just
like-
use examples of like the Marvel special effects. Be like, listen, do you want that? Do you? I don't. Well, like detonate a nuclear bomb.
The jury's always
Christopher
dying of
Nolan.
radiation poisoning and stuff. Like,
I am become deaf.
it's just Fallout.
Phase 6. We got Fantastic Four in November 2024. And guess what? Not only 2 Avengers movies were announced, but 2 in the same year. Avengers: The Kang Dynasty in May 2025. I think I might be 30. Oh no. Oh god. Avengers: Secret Wars in November. I'll be 30. Oh, I hate my life.
Thanks,
Ugh.
Maggie. Strikes again.
Six months
Guys, what do
though
you think
difference
about
is
both
not a
movies?
lot of time. That's a close window.
They're gonna do like a
So,
big cliffhanger there, aren't they?
Looking, if we're just talking about the slate as a whole, I don't know if we're going to go through them individually, but just looking at it as a whole, I'm surprised there's no X-Men. I was expecting either an X-Men movie or, like, see the way Fantastic Four got announced with just a logo at first, that sort of thing. Maybe a Wolverine Disney Plus series or something to go with it. Like, I was expecting at least a mention. The fact that they've announced all of Phase 5 and some of Phase 6, and there's no mention of the mutants is quite surprising.
and who knows? Maybe something will get like shifted around because that's a kind of a weird spot of May and November being empty with this theatrical / Disney Plus. I feel like that's a long time, especially in the summer months. Like, if you want to say, like, I'm trying to even just do the math, like, since Phase 4 really got started, Hawkeye to Moon Knight wasn't a short, was a short window. Like, yeah, I feel
Mhm.
like
You
someone
always have
count for me.
something going on.
It is. I was like, maybe something will get pushed back. But yet again, there's a lot to go into. Daredevil has 18 episodes, so that will definitely, who knows? So I feel like the thing we should talk about first is what they ended with: Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know if I should be on this podcast because, man, I am still emotional over that trailer.
Yeah,
Damn good trailer. Like,
That is.
brilliant trailer.
It is, and especially like if you somehow are living under a rock, first of all, welcome. Monkeypox is out there, so be careful. Second of all, how are you? And third of all, a lot of Black Panther Wakanda. It's like I would love to see a documentary on the making of that movie
Mm-hmm.
because, of course, the tragic sudden well, not sudden, you know what I mean, of Chadwick Boseman, fuck cancer,
Yep.
and then them trying to scramble to make the movie. Should we recast T'Challa? Should we add something new? They decided not to recast. And then the production delays. And then Lita Wright was like, you know what? I'm actually a horrible person. Anti-vax and anti-trans. Not really a hero. But
Not great.
and I'm like, it's not that I'm not excited to see this movie. I'm like, how are they gonna handle it? And then this trailer dropped, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I wasn't that hyped for this movie because I was reading about all these problems behind the scenes with Letitia Wright and who's going to be the new Black Panther, and then COVID had a big effect on it. And this trailer totally won me over. I'm super hyped after watching that trailer. I was like, I'm really looking forward to see this film. We spoke about this on earlier, actually, on another podcast. It really had a juxtaposition with the trailer for the original Black Panther. The original Black Panther trailer had way more like CGI fun happening. This one seems to have way more kind of character gravitas, and kind of slower, more emotional beats. And that to me is what's the most sort of fascinating thing about this movie. That one shot of someone in the suit at the end was all you really needed to show. There's also a poster that's been going around. I don't know if you've seen it. It's the Black Panther suit with like kind of black background, and the suit's empty. There's no one in
The
the suit,
official
and it's
poster?
really,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really powerful to see that empty suit. It kind of breaks the fourth wall. Do you know what I mean? In terms of the character and also the actor, it's exciting.
the emotional beats that Angela Bassett was doing as well. Like, she's
Yeah,
Oh,
so good. Like, just from that
yeah.
snippet of that speech, I was like, my God, that's gonna be.
And again, I don't know about you guys, but see when she was doing that speech, I really felt like that was her speaking as an actor, or as in real life about Chadwick and
Yeah,
about T'Challa. Like again, kind of broke the fourth wall, and yeah, it's going to be heavy.
yeah.
Definitely going to be heavy.
Which I think it would be weird to have something silly Marvel with this.
Mhm.
With Chadwick Boseman not being in anymore, and it is a bit of a weird one. Like, do they recast T'Challa because he's a really important character?
I think the main thing, I mean, of course, there'll still be like Marvel fun and jokes and whatever, but what you can just tell from this teaser trailer is just raw grief. Because it's like, if you like, even just watching the trailer, like I went back to the tweet that Chadwick Boseman's team put out that announces Bastion. Like, I still remember, like it was like 10 o'clock here, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, what? What? And then I'm like, is anyone tweeting about this? And then all of a sudden, the floodgates just like open up, and it's just like all this and all the tributes. So imagine like filming that without him. It was such a big part. Like I can't imagine what the cast was been through. And you're like, just that Angela Bassett, like, who's such an amazing actress, and just like that's like a raw grief. I'm mostly talking about. And while on top of that, just get the, because I know it was a cover, the No Woman, No Cry by covered by Temps. Like just that, like, oh, what a gut punch. And then just that remix of All Right by Kendrick Lamar was emotional. Like I'm getting goosebumps right now while being badass. Like we don't know a lot about this movie, but it looks like Wakanda and Atlantis going at it. Like they even teased it in Endgame. If you remember when they're all like in that press conference or just meeting, and they're like, "Oh, earthquake in the ocean."
Yeah.
But Namor looks fantastic. There's one shot, like there's a lot of shots that definitely stand out to me. But him just looking up, I don't know, like it was just like you don't need any words for that. Like he looks like, ooh, this guy's gonna be a badass. And just like that shot of like Chadwick, but I know it's a mural of T'Challa, but it feels like a mural of Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
That scenes, and I feel like, well, I don't want to say like the big thing, but like the ending shot, like they didn't have an end thing, which that's how you know, like, ooh, they're serious about this. They always have an end sting, and we'll talk about a couple in this podcast. But the end shot, you just see what seems to be Black Panther costume extending the claws. I don't know how to feel about this. I was trying to process this in another Discord. I hope this isn't like a marketing thing. Like, who's the next Black Panther? Because it's like it kind of feels a little cheap. That's like my gut instinct. I mean, you could definitely talk about the legacy, but it's like, and of course, fans, we'll do it. I'll ask, like, who do you think is going to be the next Black Panther? As long as the marketing team from Disney doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Because it's a tricky thing with this marketing of, like, paying respects, but without exploiting his death and legacy. So, you're going to say anything, Dan?
I'm just going to say, with that said, who do you think's in the suit? Totally. I know we've established the moral standpoint we're taking, but who is in the suit?
Look, the thing is, I was like, moral standpoint, I'm like, we will do that, but we're not marketing.
Yeah.
People don't pay us. I mean, technically.
I think the whole film is going to be a sort of, they're all, they're doing their own thing. You're seeing the heroes individually, and then at the end, I think someone's going to take the mantle. I think that's how they're going to sort of climax it, so that then in Black Panther 3 we know who it's going to be based around. In terms of who's in the actual suit, I don't know about this. I think it was Shuri. I think Letitia Wright was ripe for it. She's the right age. She's likable. The character's established. I think it was hers for the taking until the scandal happened, then I think there was a massive rewrite, and it was all kind of changed. I've got a wee feeling it might be Okoye, Denai Guerre's character for the Dora Milaje.
I'd say she's the next fan favourite for it, except for Mbaku.
Yeah, I would happily take Mbaku, or some people have said about Michael B. Jordan's character, Killmonger, coming back and taking over. I don't know how that would work. But, And even Lupita Nyong'o's character, I wouldn't be mad at any of those, but for me, I would like to see Danai Gurira's character. I think she would nail it. But yeah, as I said, anyone that they choose to go with, I'm sure they'll make it work. But it's just handling in this movie. I think I don't know. I wonder if we're going to kind of see, because they are taking on a lot. Because you've got that kind of like the Batman battle for the cowl when Batman died in the comics. You've got that kind of like who's going to take the mantle, or Captain America, I guess, just did it recently in the show. But then you've also introduced Namor. It's quite a lot of elements to juggle. I mean, I'm sure that Ryan Coogler is a very capable director, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they manage it all.
Exactly, and the whole it's even trending right now before we go on the podcast at the recast T'Challa, and there is a post like his estate, and he said he'd rather have Chadwick rather have the character recast because Black Panther is more than one person. Like it's all very complicated. There's no easy answer because I do want to believe like Kevin Feige is being respectful of like, you know what, we're not going to recast him. Like, it's a weird reference, but do you remember Glee when Corey Monteith passed away all of a sudden, and they did that tribute episode, and they're like, even though people were saying like, you guys didn't reveal how he died, and the creators are like, well, that's not really the point.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about his legacy. But man, if Lupita Wright was just a far better person, it would be so natural, and so it would make sense for Shuri to be the next Black Panther.
Totally, but
she has Twitter.
If she's chosen that how to die on, then that's that's up to you. I guess if you choose that over your career, then that's, I don't understand it, but if that's the hill you want to die on, then do a J.K. Rowling. Who cares? Like,
it really is like a J.K. Rowling. It's like, no. But you know what? This was like, this is a joke, and I'm like, you know what? This is not a joke anymore. If Angela Bassett is the next Black Panther, I will buy all the hot toys. I will buy everything in sight. Those poster. I love Angela Bassett. Make her the next Black Panther. Hashtag it.
Shut up, money. Yeah, that would be awesome. She's so good.
She's so good, and I'm so happy she's getting like. Okay, we don't know what kind of role, but she definitely had a smaller role in Black Panther.
Yeah,
but I would love to see.
Interesting that no Daniel Kaluuya as well, because Nope, I think, clashed villain-wise. So I think, yeah, it would have been interesting to see what they were going to do with his character in this film, but I will.
Who knows? Oh, by the way, go see Nope. Nope is awesome.
So
it's not out yet.
I'm so raging.
What?
Trying to avoid spoilers, but the word Nope is really hard.
It's like the 4th of August here. Yeah. Some bill crap.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, it sucks.
If I had to choose, like, Goya would be fantastic as a replacement, or M'Baku, of someone who wanted to be the power, wanted to have the power, but by the end working with T'Challa, and now it would be reversal. He wouldn't want to take his mantle out of respect, but he's convinced otherwise. I don't know. Even though, like, I don't trust Disney, I trust Ryan Coogler a lot more. And it was an interesting note that they ended on this one. And since we're a video game podcast, I don't think I'll make this comparison. Most of these panels are like, with Marvel, it's like a Nintendo Direct. And they're like, here's all the announcements. And it's like, we're going to go. Oh, one last thing. And then they'll be like, oh my gosh, it's this and this. And everyone's freaking out. But then there's a couple directs. It's like, okay, this is the big game that's coming up. The last thing, we'll spend about 15 minutes on it. And that's what Marvel decided to do. If you didn't see, they had this big performance at Hall H, all the cast. It was a lot to process. A fantastic tribute by Ryan Coogler. So, great move by Marvel because I'm like, oh, they're probably gonna announce like mutants or something big, like, or probably like the 2 Avengers movies coming out. That would have been like the boom end announcement. But it's Wakanda Forever. I feel like that's a good choice. There's a lot to talk about. Most of the stuff we can't really talk about in length because we didn't really see it. A lot of exclusive footage, which that's why you want to go to Hall H, except for the screechy fans and the tall people and the whole monkeypox and COVID BA5.
It'll come
Nope.
online eventually.
Yeah, I actually thought they had released the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, so I went searching for it, and it's like a 6-second clip.
Oh, really?
But I will say this 6-second clip, and it's so interesting because I think it was 2019 or 2018, the day before Marvel's, I don't know if they even showed up to Comic-Con that year, they fired James Gunn. Comic-Con weekend on a Friday, they fired James Gunn. And that's a whole other issue, and everyone was like, why would you do that? And it got so bad, the whole cast put out a letter saying, no, we want James Gunn or we're not doing this. To paraphrase, I don't know. They said, like, we won't do this, but our contract said we sign up for another movie, so, oh well. But, so it's definitely surreal, like, oh, James Gunn is talking about Marvel and not the Suicide Squad or Peacemaker, which, by the way, watch those. They're amazing. A little 6-second clip. That's like, this panel got me so emotional. Wakanda Forever, and they said we're gonna explore Rocket Raccoon's origins. I still remember his like big speech in the first movie of like, basically like, you think I wanted to be like this? They, experimented on me, and you see all the scars, and you just see this hand like reaching in, and this cute little baby raccoon who's so scared. Like, he's so scared that Disney. I was about to say like Disney won't market it and put out baby Rocket Raccoon.
Oh.
I realized it's Disney.
It's Disney. They're not missing that marketing opportunity.
Yeah, I think he might be in the I Am Groot shorts. AB. That made me cry a bit.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little baby, like, and it's like,
yeah, it's one of the.
That's exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's exactly how it happened. Like,
if you haven't seen the clip, that's it right there. You don't need to see it.
Do you remember that PT trailer? The cancelled Silent House game PT, and there was a trailer where the big hand was chasing you down the corridor. No, it was a trailer where
Smash Bros.
The bowling ball rolls into the room, and then the lights flash on and off, and it's a head with maggots coming out the mouth. And then he turns around, there's a big hand coming down the corridor towards him.
Yes,
I gave
same vibes. Same vibes, yeah.
Yeah, same vibes. I totally did, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Apparently,
I'll send you in the Slack.
Thank you. Adam Warlock was like totally shown in the trailer, though.
But, oh, really?
Yeah, that would have been really cool when it eventually releases to see that. Yeah.
And the quote from James Gunn is like, "This footage will not be coming very soon." So I'm like,
thanks.
Okay. Yeah. And surprising, that 6-second clip, I'm like, usually it's like someone, like a random person, but it was like a verified check, like reporter in San Diego. And I'm like, my dude, the rules state, and I'm just a stickler. But yeah, that's a little bit about Guardians. I think we'll just bounce off of like the footage that we didn't see and just quickly talk about it. Let's just go order and release. Quantumanium. So
we got a poster with Kang on it, right?
Yeah.
And there was a trailer shown in the hall as well.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the description is like short one. Scott Lane is now a celebrity. He put out a book, and I think the book title is "Watch Out for the Little Guy," and it's him like posing stoically, like, He's isolating his family. Eagle's gone in his head, but all of a sudden, his family, and that includes Hank and Janet and Cassie. Boom! They're in the quantum realm. They have to escape. We saw Bill Murray?
Yeah, I actually heard that's right. Yeah. I heard he's gonna be in it.
Right.
I don't know what role, but he's in it. Kang, he's in his classic like outfit, but he's not blue. And there's one shot that I just have to pour one out for the VSX artists. It's not their fault. It's more of a get them a union. MODOK. I don't know what MODOK is. It is this big, giant head that's floating, and it has like armor, like just MODOK. Look that up and
It was
pour
a
one out for the
it was a,
VSX artist.
it was a cancelled Hulu show as well, right?
Oh no, did it
The
get cancelled?
No,
I actually really
Yeah.
liked
it got
it.
canceled. It was great.
Yeah.
So that seems awesome, and I'm really excited of like the whole building up Kane as the main villain.
Yeah. He's getting plenty of time between now and 2025. So
Yep.
very cool.
November 30.
So moving on, Secret Invasion. That is everyone who saw it at Hall H was saying it's like a thriller. If you don't know Secret Invasion, basically Marvel recon a lot of stuff like, hey, this person that you knew, they're actually a Skrull, this shape-shifting alien. This person who died, no, that was just a Skrull version. Like, yeah, they're still alive. So it's Nick Fury,
Kobe Smulders?
Maria Hills. What?
Isn't Kobe Smulders coming back? Did I make that up?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
Maria Hill
Yeah.
is her. And also, which let me thinking, Don Cheadle is back. Emmy nominee Don Cheadle. There's one scene in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Oy. And I'm like, wait a
Wait.
second.
Was Armor Wars not confirmed to be
That's
in
what I'm going to
development?
say.
Yeah, it's
It
not on
was
here.
like, so I'm pretty sure it was the 2020, like, not Disney Day, but like whatever, the shareholders day. They're like, Armor Wars is coming. And I think they're like, yeah, and Ironheart's going to be in it. And then they're like, Ironheart's getting her own show. That's like, woo. And then Hall H, they're like, and we have no Armor Wars, but we got
That's
Kang.
Weird.
I mean, so there's always hope for like D23 because I feel like it won't be like another Hall H. We're gonna talk a lot about like Daredevil and like
Yeah.
Armor
Death.
Wars will be like exactly.
Yeah.
So that's just that. And what else? No. I'm just going through. No. And yeah, that's all the footage. I was going to talk about She-Hulk. Then
We did get that
Talk about
trailer,
it.
yeah.
we
Yep.
got the trailer, and I say it looks a lot better than the first one.
Yep.
And I like the first one because, hey, big, strong green woman. I'm all in.
We also get the confirmation that she is going to break the fourth wall, which
Yes.
we didn't know whether that was going to happen. So
I was
it's
really
nice to
happy
see
they
that.
did that. Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
I don't think they did in the first one, but during Disney Plus Day, when they showed like that 20-second clip, she did. So a couple people are like, "Oh yeah," I'm like, "Wait, didn't we confirm?" Oh well.
We weren't paying as
But
close attention as you, Mark. Although I didn't watch the first trailer, but I'd seen everyone like scream grab it to hell on Twitter, so I feel like I had. So I didn't realize what the CGI had been like. So coming into this this trailer fresh from not seeing any other ones, I was like, oh, that is a wee bit weird.
I don't know. I think I didn't hate the CGI in the first trailer. To be honest, I thought it was a. I'm not saying that there's not bad CGI in the MCU currently, but She-Hulk wasn't a massive problem for me. But seeing Bruce Banner's Professor Hulk side by side with She-Hulk, I didn't think one looked inherently better than the other.
That's the
Like I think
exact
they looked
opposite to
more.
me. I looked at Hulk and I looked at She-Hulk and I was like, she just seems really weird and smooth compared to him. Maybe it's because he's got
Right.
stubble. I don't know.
and guess what? Guess who popped in at the end? The Hulk. Wait, no. Sorry, wrong notes. Daredevil.
And in the classic suit, in the yellow and red suit,
Yes, and of course,
which is
I
incredible.
took super slow mo screen grabs and just like Yeah, he has the yellow mask. He has everything except for like his torso, like his chest, is yellow. What
Yeah.
caused this change? I don't care. I don't care.
How do you guys think they're going to handle the whole Netflix thing? Do you think they'll just say, right, all that stuff happened and we're moving on, or do you think they'll just not acknowledge any of it? Like Karen and Foggy, will they be around? Like, is
I
all
hope
that
they
still
are.
canon? Or
Can we move on to what we're most excited about so I can talk about Daredevil?
Yeah. Yeah.
hell yeah,
All right, Daredevil, he is my favorite Marvel character. Just rich history, a lot of great writers did it. I even love, well, not love, I love Ben Affleck's performance. The movie was just okay. Director's cut, a little better. But Charlie Cox's Daredevil is like the definitive performance. It's a D'Onofrio. What I think with Born Again, it's a little interesting. So, spoilers for season 3. They adapted elements of Daredevil Born Again, and in the comics, Kingpin discovers through Karen Page, who is drugged up and just wants more money for drugs. She reveals that Matt Murdock is Daredevil. So Kingpin basically breaks Matt Murdock until boom, he is born again into a better hero. Great issue, legendary Frank Miller. So they adapted elements of that. I don't know if they're going to do it again because it is called Daredevil Born Again. Maybe it's just a play on words like, hey, he's born again in the MCU. I think they can just do like a soft reboot, as in, like, have the characters from the original show. Like, if you want to talk about like recurring, I think only Karen and Foggy. Anyone else? I mean, yeah, you can do like Karen's editor, who I forget the name, and like smaller characters. But just say like these things happen, and I know you have the issue of like Daredevil. No, not Daredevil. Bullseye. Yet
bullseye.
again,
Yeah.
they could just retcon it, and maybe they want to have Electric back. Yet again, she's dead. Yet again, if Matt Murdock survived the end of Defenders, who knows?
Elektra dies all the time and comes back. It happens about 8 times in the comics. Don't worry about it.
She was. I'm pretty sure she was also a Skrull.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. 18 episodes, and yes, she was
Hell
a
yeah.
Skrull. 18 episodes. Like She-Hulk is a lot. We're getting 10 episodes, and they're like, oh, it's a half an hour comedy, is what the creator said. So imagine 18 episodes of like 40 to 50-minute content. If it's
Yeah.
gonna be somewhere to
Actually-
like, oh my gosh. So let's just say spring of 2024, that is April, middle of April. That'll take us all the way to August. Unless they do like 2 episodes a week in the beginning, but who knows?
Yeah. This is my
I-
favourite announcement. This is my favourite announcement.
Same.
To hear Charlie Cox officially, like we knew he was coming back, but to get like a date, the 18 episode thing, you know, the fact that Disney Plus is kind of known for shorter seasons, like 6 episodes, like 18 is a lot. Hopefully it's not filler. Hopefully it's all good stuff. And the fact that they're adapting Born Again, as you said, Mark, I know they've kind of took adaptations for that before, but that and Man Without Fear as the definitive run in the comics. So the fact that they're titling it that, and then the fact that we got a wee glimpse of him and She-Hulk in the classic costume, I'm like, let's go, man, let's do this.
I'm excited. Who knows? We can also have a Spider-Man movie in these phases. I just thought of that.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. And yeah, I agree. And if you see like the bootleg video of like the panel when Kevin Feige's announcing like Phase 5, he saved that one for last. Because even though Captain America: The New World Order is ahead, he knew like fans are gonna freak out. And he really emphasized like 18 episodes. So I'm excited. And also the 2 Avengers movies, what the roster will be. And also one last thing all I had to say about the Marvel Hall H. Juan Juan will be in She-Hulk.
That's right. Yes, I forgot to talk about that. I was like, I love the way he's just appearing and stuff now. I was like, he just makes everything better.
And my daily dose of like serotonin is the moment I didn't even like find funny or didn't really pay attention to in the That's Strange 2. But he's like, Sorceress, fortify your mind.
Yeah.
I love that.
The rumor
and
the rumor I read was that this was going to be a prequel. She-Hulk was going to be a prequel to Shang-Chi, because in Shang-Chi we've seen Wong and Abomination together fighting, and then we've seen at the end Mark Ruffalo with his cast on with his broken arm. Well, also that's for the snap, but he was in his human form, whereas and this is Professor Hulk. So I'm wondering how it's all going to line up with what we've seen in Shang-Chi. I think that'll be interesting.
Oh, interesting. We also have Marvel animated stuff because we haven't had enough Marvel lately. Oof, it's a lot. But let me get the official list of what's coming. Of course, the I Am Groot, the shorts are coming. Quickly, I thought it looked pretty cute. It just looks like Baby Groot fun. Spider-Man freshman year is coming in 2024. A lot of stuff coming out of that. A new season of What If. I mean, it was already announced, but another new season. And we'll get additional stories like Scarlet Witch, a Hela story, Tony. There's 2 Captain Carters. Like, the What If wasn't the one shown in Doctor Strange, is what they said. And it'll be a Captain Carter and a Winter Soldier story, they said, a Tony story, and something else. Marvel Zombies, we got the look at the lineup in a little more detail. And then finally, X-Men 97 will drop in fall 2023. I'm going to say, like, what I'm most excited for, Spider-Man freshman year looks amazing.
Great art.
Exactly the Steve Ditko art style, and it's like, oh, so they're gonna show like freshman year, like before, like during the time where Peter got bitten to the time where Tony and Civil War, and then they're like, nah, we're not gonna do that. This is basically like an Elseworlds What If situation. At least to us. I know someone I know that went to the panel was like, oh no, this is main continuity. I'm like, shut up. Enjoy your free IMAX ticket, nerd. And instead of Tony mentoring Peter Parker, it's Norman Osborn.
Mm-hmm. And he's got the waves. He's got the waves.
Yeah.
In his hair.
We got the waves. We got Artemis Joe. We got all these villains. And most importantly, we also got that Strange, who looks amazing. We get Daredevil, voiced by Charlie Cox. And I love they did the black suit, but they adapted it like it looks like a homemade Daredevil costume. Not like the black mask. Like, I don't know. I'm hyped. What's your guys' thoughts?
I was quite glad to hear that it was kind of multiverse what if stuff, because that means I don't need to watch it. Like, I don't, for the animated stuff. See, if I don't need to watch it, I'm not. So if it's not main continuity, I'm like, good. That's good. Just do Marvel Zombies live action, you cowards. Give us get Greg Nicotero. Get Greg Nicotero and do live action Marvel Zombies. Then I'm in. Like, animated, I don't care. I don't care.
And the thing I'm like now realizing is, I feel like this is like Marvel Studios like own version of Peter Parker. Like, if let's say the deal was like Sony's like, here's Spider-Man, give us a lot of money, and that's the deal. Because that's how business works, right? But instead, it's like, what if like Sony did not have any like slash control influence? It was just an MCU Spider-Man. That's it. I feel like this would be their version.
That's good.
We did again. Also, their version also wanted Tony Stark, which cha-ching. Money. But I'm excited for that. I actually don't have a lot of thoughts on the X-Men because I didn't watch the original 90s show. Amazing theme song. So good. Great opening, but I will definitely watch it beforehand. It's of course outside of the MCU continuity, but we it will continue the original 90s show. So that's cool. And then zombies, I like the lineup. I love we're getting Kate Bishop in anything. Give me Kate Bishop. D23 production, Young Avengers Disney Plus show. And what if? Cool, groovy, but that's it for me from the animation. But that is all the Marvel stuff we talked about. And guess what? DC, you got a little spotlight.
Little something, something.
A little something, something. They showed off Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods, and Black Adam. And let me just say, hey, Deadline, do you hate Warner Brothers or something? Because why would you put out an article? I mean, I get it, clicks, but like, hey, possibly Henry Cavill is going to make an appearance as Superman and hype up Superman. And, you know, me being a big Superman fan, I'm like Hawkeye, don't give me hope.
Is that who started the rumor then? Deadline?
Deadline. It wasn't like comic book news or something like that. Like, this is Deadline. And then Collider said, like, listen, Henry Cavill's filming The Witcher, probably not going to show up. And I'm like, okay, maybe a video thing. And this is kind of like when people are disappointed, like with a state of play from PlayStation. Like, I think it was the one in June. Yeah, it was before the Summer Game Fest. People were like, why is there no God of War? And I'm like, they didn't say first party. They just said third party and some other stuff. They gave us Black Adam. They gave us Shazam. That's it. Although, now I'm thinking about it, I want to see Batgirl.
Yeah.
HBO Max. Someone was saying, like, why not Ezra Miller? It's the Flash. And I was like, and like someone that I know, like, why didn't we see the Flash? And I'm like, 2 words, Ezra Miller. I wouldn't want to talk about Ezra Miller. So we're moving on.
Nope.
But I love what we got.
Pretty strong.
They'll also be keeping stuff for their dumb fandom event that they do every year, right? They'll do that in October.
I actually don't think they're doing a fandom this year.
Are they not?
No, which was again strange. So
I mean,
last year's was
they
garbage.
actually
So that's fine with
could.
me.
I mean, their first fandom was so good, and then the second one was so disappointing.
It's a waste of
Like, they were
time.
like, but they gave us the Batman trailer. That was the only good thing. Well,
Right.
actually, a couple of things. They gave us Peacemaker, but like,
But it
Curtain
lasted like
First Year.
3.5 hours. Oh, it was. Let's not go into it.
But
Bad memories.
maybe they might actually do that in October, so we'll see. Anyway, I think Shazam 2, one of my favorite trailers that came out of this whole weekend. Looks a lot of fun. David Spanberg killing it. Helen Mirren.
Although there was a Fast and Furious reference in the trailer, and she is also in the Fast and Furious movies. She's Jason Statham's
Right.
mum, so it doesn't really make sense. But okay, whatever.
The DC multiverse, where Fast and Furious part of it.
With Helen Mirren's and everything, which is fine. Yeah.
It was
And
a very.
when I heard that, I was like, eh.
I wasn't a fan of this trailer actually, and I liked the first Shazam. This one just read the humor was just very easy. Like the starts with him talking to the therapist, and I don't know, and then falling out the sky. I was kind of rolling my eyes like, oh, here we go. But I'll see it. But out the two, Black Adam looks better in my opinion.
Fair enough. And I feel like the people who are at Hall H are really buzzing about Black Adam because if you saw the video, Dwayne Johnson just came in character. And, you know, they got free IMAX tickets, bastards. But, and it's like, we got another trailer, and it's like, nope, that was just an extended TV spot. It looked cool.
Yeah, Black Adam
I was
kind
like,
of to me has a death loop problem right now. I was like, okay, stop showing it to us. Come on, we're ready for it. Still look cool.
We were also talking about how like The Rock, he's charismatic and everybody likes him, but in terms of sort of big hit films, it's been a while. Like he's sort of fell away from Fast and Furious, and he's just kind of making these kind of mediocre like action comedies like Red Notice and stuff. And it's like I feel like he needs another kind of leading man. Like he's not the greatest actor in the world, nobody expects him to be, but he's a great movie star, you know, and I think he needs to kind of remind people of that, and hopefully this is his chance to do that. Be like, I'm the leading man. He also produced the movie. You know, he's really been kind of involved, and he's fronting this new project and kind of reminding us why maybe not the best actor in the world, but a great movie star. Do you know what I mean? I think I hope that's what that is for him and for movie fans.
Daniel, maybe I should mention this off the podcast, but I am friends with Dwayne Johnson, so can you just stop with the slander, please?
Okay, I guess I'll take it.
Thank you.
I don't want the big man shut my door, so fair enough. I heard you be talking shit.
You know what? Because I was thinking about this, I totally forgot. Remember Summer Game Fest with The Rock?
I forget.
I just remember that. I'm like, oh my god, it was so weird.
Yeah,
worst promo The Rock's ever cut.
Yeah. Can you believe the Rock cut this promo? I can't. But DC, they're there. They're good. I think it's not Warner Brothers' fault. I don't really want to blame Deadline. I wish the Henry Cavill story didn't happen. Because why get disappointed? Like, yeah, I was disappointed, but I'm not going to be like, this panel sucked. Like, oh, I didn't get the stuff I wanted. Let's be happy with the stuff I got.
What's frustrating is, so apparently Henry Cavill has went to Warner Brothers a couple of times with different directors. Like he's spoke to the director and then brought them in and been like, right, this guy wants to make a Superman movie. He has an idea. I'm up for it. Can we do this? And it's them every time that have shut him down. So he wants to do it. I'm sure there's directors out there that have stories to tell that would be interesting. Warner Bros. Just for some reason aren't taking him up on it. And if it was me, I'd be getting sick of it. I'd be like, do you know what? I'm going to do something. I'm going to do a Marvel film or something. Just to,
that would be.
And even like the new, I think it's Warner Media, like was like, hey, we're not using DC enough. Like we haven't even used Superman. We need more Superman. I'm like, I like this guy. Or
it's one of the most recognizable characters in the world, and the fact that there's not more of them at the minute, it's insane. Like the big three are Batman, Spider-Man, and Superman in my eyes, and it's just, why would you leave one of your most bankable characters off the table? I just don't get it.
To be fair, Superman does really well on TV. Like I think my favorite projects anyway have been Superman TV shows.
Superman and Lois looks amazing. And I have a feeling, because it's a whole other discussion of like what the hell's going on with the CW, because they have not made a profit. That's not a joke. They actually have not made a profit. So everything just got canceled. They're still on season 3, but I wouldn't be shocked if that and Stargirl move on to HBO Max. But listen, do I want a Superman movie? Of course, I do. I'd rather have a good Superman game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. That would be.
This is Marky's choice.
Very good.
I'm shooting the movie. Not shooting the. You watch Sophie's Choice. It's a great Meryl Streep movie, even though Daniel hates Meryl Streep, and I just remember that. Anyway,
yeah.
and then there's a bunch of other panels that happen. So many to the list. There was the Dungeons and Dragons one. There's the Teen Wolf one. There was the Lord of the Rings one. Just any announcements that you guys want to talk about or panels, whatever, lay it on me.
I am not a fantasy guy. Dungeons and Dragons looks like one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. What was that trailer? Like, I just saw it. Maybe I just don't get it, but I was like, what?
You don't get it.
Garbage. The CGI was garbage, man, and the dialogue and it was so cheesy. I was like, what is this shite? I mean, I kind of felt that way about Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings felt like there was a bit more money behind it. I'm just not a fantasy guy. I'm not a fan of like the Lord of the Rings movies. I appreciate they're well made films, but it's just not for me. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't care.
I mean, it looks cool. Like it felt like a D&D campaign, like playing with friends. I kind of wish this was a TV show rather than a movie, but hopefully with this, if this movie is a success, it'll lead to other paths. Critical Role, the famous D&D online group, they're making appearances in the movie, so that's cool. And then I only got into it last year, but a lot of hardcore D&D people are like, listen, I've been burned by a D&D movie before, Jeremy Irons. Don't watch the movie, it's terrible. But they're like, it looks really freaking cool. So the people who are fans of it are hyped.
Good. I'm glad.
And it's like, I love like, and it was like, I don't like fantasy things. It's like, well, we got Game of Thrones spinoff, House of Dragons, we got Lord of the Rings. It's like Daniel's weekend has no fantasy.
Does anyone care about Game of Thrones though after that finale? Like, I don't think that's get much. I'm sure people will see it. But
it wasn't even the finale. I'm just so sick of people. I worked at a place who really hated the Game of Thrones, and they just teared apart every little thing. And I'm like, guys, shut up.
Probably
shut up about the water bottle.
Probably
shut up about this. Shut up about the Starbucks. Yeah, shut up. You guys suck.
I guess.
And then HR is like, was that really necessary? I'm like, it will be.
Long term.
Yeah. You'll see. So I'm like, it looks cool. I like Matt Smith. It's Mobin time. You better say that. That was another highlight of Comic-Con. I still haven't seen the video, but just some fans screaming that to him. Thank you, Internet. It looks cool, but I'm not like, it comes out in a month. And I'm like, yeah, but She-Hulk. I mean, big green woman that will step on me versus dragons.
Like, I think if Game of Thrones had ended well and people sort of remembered it fondly, I think there would be more hype going into this. Whereas I think a lot of people's expectations are on the floor at the minute, so that might actually work to this show's benefit. You know, maybe if
it's writers and creators, or did they get new people?
I think they got new people.
Yeah, I think flies in a way. Yeah.
I know George R. Martin is like slightly involved because that's just him.
Because anything but writing a book, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll just do anything not to write a book. He'll go make a video game, like just not to write a book.
Like, oh god, please don't do it. Yeah.
So it is not by the original guys. He hasn't done a lot. What if I told you he wrote Hercules, the Dwayne Rock?
Yeah.
Okay, what if I told you if he wrote Rampage, the Dwayne Johnson Big Ape movie? And he co-created Colony, and that's his credits.
Okay.
I don't know.
Doesn't make me super hyped to go watch it.
And last thing for me for Comic-Con, which is also the first thing, Sarah Michelle Gellar is coming back, bitches. Woo! I love Sarah Michelle Gellar. Buffy's my favorite TV show, my favorite character, and she's gonna executive producer Gellar.
Oh,
come on. This has been the San Diego Comic-Con podcast, and I feel like I just got done with Hall H because I'm exhausted. I did not realize there's so much Marvel stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh, but hey, we'll be feasting. Check out the KeenGamer podcast on Apple Podcasts. We're just there, and also Spotify for both. Rate us 5 stars. It boosts us up in the charts, and we get lovely people like yourself listening to this fun little project. And you can check out KeenGamer.com. We have a ton of reviews, news, opinion pieces, listicles, the works, lots of great stuff. And that's going to do it. I'm your host, Mark O'Callahan, and we hope you have a nice day.